Okay, Scotty. One thing before we get started, one thing I do like, it looks like you're 60-40. So you're 60 on the left, 40 on the right, which is good. But if you look over at Kaymer on the right, his spine angle is very subtle. Okay, you've got just a little bit of a spine angle to the right, and that kind of offsets that forward press look. We do want you pivoting around that left side, but I'd like to see your upper body with just a little bit. Let's see what you actually are. If your spine angle is almost perfectly zero, yeah. So if that's zero, I'd like to see you at about 83. That's camera right there. Yeah, 84.8, something like that. Okay. Um, it just helps you keep the club on plane. It's just the way the body works, because the right hand rides lower than the left, so therefore the right shoulder is going to ride a little bit lower. So if it doesn't, you're probably fighting nature just a little bit there. Okay, so we're just going to go right through our position. So I'm going to stop you at P2. Okay, that's what we see, Kaymer. Oops. Same thing with you. Okay, you got a little wrist action going there. I'm a big believer in just keeping everything still. Okay, so essentially, both of you guys are almost perfect right there at P2. All right, so when you on your way to P3, your upper body's trying to get too far to the right. All right, if you watch Kaymer, although he's set up with a little spine tilt, his head stays nice and stationary. Okay. If I was going to pick on him, I'd like to see a little more wrist cock at P3. I'd like to see a 90-degree angle. But if I put a little line right here, whoever's shooting this I didn't shoot this video. The camera's kind of moving around, but you can see all the way that his head stays really stable. Okay. All right. So let's take a look at you. Really, that ball position, wherever the ball is, depending on what kind of shot you're going to hit, it ought to be right on your left ear or pretty close. Okay? Now, watch how much you slide off the ball. And remember what I said in the other video? The common denominator amongst the greatest players and greatest ball strikers is the ability to hit the ground in the same spot. So if you're trying to hit the ground in the same spot and you're moving off the ball a foot, you're just making it so hard. You're making it so much more difficult than it needs to be. It's hard enough as it is. Alright, so there's your P3. Alright, so here's your P4, and this is where we really start to see some head movement up and down. Okay, so there's a little line on your head. Okay, and then you got to get that upper body back to where it was, and then everything moves together. We want that lower body to start to downswing the sequence. Alright, so you have to you sway to the right, so you've got to make a slide to the left. Alright, and then remember we talked about your spine angle. You came out of your spine angle probably, golly, and 15 degrees from where you were. Now we can really see the flipping going on, because you're trying to make the club longer because you're further from it now. So there's your left arm, and there's the shaft. Okay, trust me, and we'll watch. And what's happening is your straight line was actually, and that's when the club's moving the fastest. Your straight line, let me go back here a little bit. About right. Now we can't see it, but it's pretty close. It's right before. Here's your straight line, okay, and now here's the club head. So that's the result of your flip. I don't know how many degrees that is. I guess we can find out here. So I think that's 0. Get that for me. 0. Alright, so let's go with 0.3. That's close enough. Alright. What's the other side of 69.1? That's going to be, I pulled up the wrong little graphic there. It would have to be, if that's 70, well, it would be 70 degrees of flip is what that would be. I think that's correct. But at any rate, it's too much. Okay, so I know there's a lot of numbers and junk going on here, but you get the point. Okay, you got to keep your impact angles of your left wrist. So we'll just watch Kaymer. All right, his straight line comes at the ball. All right, yours is 1.5 foot in front of the ball, 70 degrees. All right, and he's going to continue to keep his arms as straight as he can for as long as he can at extension. Okay, so we can see right here that club is past your hands. There's just no way for you to catch up, and your lower body can't catch up with it. Look at Kaymer's. Here's Kaymer's belt buckle. All right, here's yours. You probably got about 30 degrees, 25 degrees of hip rotation, and at this point he's probably got 45 to 50. Okay, look, so you never really come off your right side. Kind of spin that foot, and I know that because see how your toes crinkled? He comes right up. He could bounce that foot up and down, never lose his balance. Okay, so my apologies for all the crazy numbers that we've got on there, but you get the point. Okay, so I'm going to play his swing through at speed one time so you can see it. Just got the kid has got, he's only 24, I think, and he won the PGA at Whistling Straits, but you're going to hear lots about him. See that extension when he comes through impact? I mean, he's just extended. That's where the extension has to be. It's not on the way back. Okay, it's at impact and through, as those hips turn in sequence. So I'm at the Dome at Addison. It's on Lake Street. If you're interested, I understand my feelings won't be hurt, but we really, we didn't get to do the biggest pieces of my program, and that's playing lessons and getting outside and taking divots. We just barely scratched the surface last year. So love to see you, man. It was good to see you today, by the way.